Good morning, students. So, in the last class, we have seen about the introduction to multimedia. So, in this video, we will go with the components of multimedia. So, the components of multimedia is classified as dynamic and static. So, what are all the sources we have seen in the last class? So, the 5 media we have seen in the last class. So, we are going to separate those 5 sources based on these two, based on this heading, based on this meaning of this heading. What is the meaning of static? Static means it remains unchanged. It remains unchanged. So, on those 5 sources. So, what are the sources we have seen? Text, graphics, that is image. So the next one is audio, video and animation. So these are the 5 sources we have seen. So based on the meaning of this heading, we are going to separate these 5 sources. So we have said static means remain unchanged, whereas the dynamic is the opposite. The content will change. So the first one, text will not change. So the text will remain unchanged. So it will come under static. Image also will not change. So it will come under static. The image is a still image. It's a static image. It will not get changed. So the image, that is graphics, will come under static. So what about the audio? The audio will change. So each and every second the audio gets changed. So obviously it will come under dynamic. So these two goes under static. The first one is audio. Similarly, the video will also get changed for each and every second. So the video will also come under dynamic. And the last one is animation. Animation, obviously it gets changed for each and every frames or each and every second, and this too will come under dynamic. So these are the classification of the components of multimedia. So let us discuss one by one in detail how it is get further classified, how it is further subdivided. So let us start with the static. The first one is the text. So the text is the basic component of multimedia. Text is considered as the basic component of multimedia. Even though the multimedia has so many advanced communication tools like audio, video and animation or image, the text is considered as the basic component, not the others. So the text is considered as the basic component of multimedia. So the text is further divided into two. One is the static text, another one is the hypertext. Again the term static comes here. So static means remain unchanged. So the text in this static text will never change in its position, whether even it may be in the heading or in the starting of the sentence or in the middle of the paragraph, wherever may be, the text will remain unchanged. So this is the static text. It is very flexible to read. It is very a better way to communication, for communication. So even the text may be in the image also. Consider this is the image. Even an image over we have some text. That text too will not get changed as it is fixed with the image. So the text in the paragraph or in the heading or in a line will never get changed, or the text in the image also will not get changed. So this comes under the static text. What about the hypertext? Hypertext is nothing but the opposite. We can call it as also a dynamic. Dynamic means will get changed. Hypertext will have some text as like in static text. It will have some link. You might have seen some text in the Google or website, in any website. The text will be in blue color. Some line, the paragraph will be there. In between, say for example, click here. It will be in blue color underlined. So if you click that text, it will redirect you to some other location, some other new location. So this is the clickable text. This is the clickable text. So the hypertext will have some text, will have some links, and also will have some other node. Other node is nothing but other checkpoint or point where it get redirected. So many nodes. So this is the hypertext. So this is called hypertext. In text, we have told text is the basic component. We have to keep in mind some of the points to keep in mind for while creating the text. The text must be placed in the appropriate position. Clear font and styles. So these two things must be kept in mind while creating a text. So we cannot place a text anywhere in an image, anywhere in a document. So it won't give a readability, clear readability. So that is the reason we have to place the text in the appropriate position for better readability. Since it is a basic component and a better communicating way, so we have to keep in mind on these 2 points. So clear font and styles. So we cannot use the clumsy fonts and styles, so that it won't get we won't get easy readable content. So we have to keep in mind about the place in the text to be placed in the appropriate position and clear font and styles. So this is about the text. So the next one is static component is image, that is graphics. The next one is graphics, that is image. The graphics is considered as an important component in the multimedia, vital component in the multimedia, since it can be used in on video and animation too. So image plays a role, even it is a static, it plays a role in the video and the animation. So that is why it is considered as the vital component of the multimedia. So it is further classified into bitmap or raster and vector. So what is the bitmap or raster? So this is a common form of storing an image in computer. The JPEG, PNG. So this is the common form of image storing in the computer. So these images, bitmap images, are formed based on the pixels. It is called picture element, which you have studied in class 11 about pixels. So pixels, bitmap images are formed based on pixels. So based on the size of the image, we can identify the colors captured or colors used. number of colors, or colors captured, depth of the image. For example, 1 bit means 2 colors. That is 2 power. 1 bit means 2 colors. So 8 bit means 256 colors. Likewise, it goes on. So this is the major advantages of pixel for getting a clarity image, high clarity image. So you might have seen that, for example, if you capture an image with a normal camera, that is without zooming, if you capture an image, check the size of the image, and again you capture the same image with a little bit zooming in and check the size of the image, it will get differ. So because when you zoom an image, you are trying to capture more number of colors in it. So when the more number of colors get increased, the size also get increased. So this is the reason behind the a huge size when you capturing a high clarity image. So this is about bitmap. Then what about the vector? Vector is the opposite of it. The first difference is it has low image size. It has a low image size. So first one is the vector has low image size. Next, it is formed based on various shapes, combining various shapes. What are the shapes? It may be a line or a rectangle or a square or a circle, whatever may be. The images are formed by combining these shapes. So that is the major reason for the low image size. So this is about the vector. So we have completed the static component of multimedia. Next we will go with the dynamic component. We have 3 dynamic components. Let us start with the animation. Animation is nothing but processing of still images. Still images in the sense static images in a quick, faster rate, in a faster manner, in a quick manner, which gives you an impression that those images are moving. Those images are moving, but those images are not moving. Those are still images, moves in a faster rate, which gives you an impression that it looks as it is moving. So this is the animation definition. This is the definition for animation. So next is, it is divided into path animation and the frame animation. Path animation and the frame animation. And one more thing before going to the path and animation and frame animation, we have 2 points we have to make a note on it. The first one is, for better smoothness of an animation, we need to run the frame 16 frames per second. And the other one is for natural look. We need to focus on 25 frames per second. 25 frames per second. So this is the point we have to note before going to the path and frame animation. So for a better smoothness of an animation, we need to run a 16 frames per second, and for natural look we need to run 25 frames per second. So have a note on it. Going to the path animation, as the name implies, it is, you have an image, you have a background image, you have a path on it. Say for example, the objects are placed. The path is nothing but wherever the objects are placed is called as a path. So we have said animation is nothing but moving still images at a faster rate, which gives an impression of like as it is moving. So in this path animation, the path is gets moving on, whereas the background will remain unchanged, will remain constant. So this is the path animation. The objects are placed in various paths or in a background. The objects will be moving, whereas the background will not move. The background will remain constant. So this is the path animation. So what about the frame animation? The same image, but it is stored with various frames on it. So each frame has its own background and own object. Among various paths. So the frames will be moving. If the frames are moving means the object in the frame will be moving, and the background for that particular frame will also move. It looks like when each frame is moving, the background will also looks like moving. That is the major difference between the path animation and the frame animation. So the next component is audio. Audio is nothing but a common way of speech. A common way of speech is considered as audio. So it consists of sound. So the whatever I speak, it consists of sound. It is an audio. So the common way of speech is considered as audio, and is the most effective way of communication in multimedia. So it is divided into digital audio, and this is musical, instrument, digital. In your book it has given identifier, but it is not an identifier. Even though you write identifier in the exam, they will give mark. Since it is printed in the book, you are studying it as it is even though it is wrong, they give mark, but it is not an identifier. It is a interface. You please make a change on it. It is called as MIDI. So musical instrument digital identifier. It is the most common way of storing the recorded audio used for computerized and electronical instrument. So for computers and electronical instrument, these MIDI is used. Most common way of recording audio. So what about this digital? Here also the term is digital is here. Here also the term digital is here. So what is the difference? Here in digital audio, a sample audio is digitized. That is, the audio is converted into bits and bytes. That is the major difference. So here you will be recording the audio for mainly used for computers and electronic instruments. Here you will be taking a sample audio and which will be digitized and converted into bits and bytes for storing. So here the quality of the audio, in digital audio, the quality is based on the sampling rate. This is most important. The quality of the audio is based on the sampling rate. Sampling rate is nothing but the audio depth, the quality of the audio length, the audio size will be used for calculating the sampling rate. The quality of the audio is based on the sampling rate. So you might have heard about this while downloading the audio from the internet. 128 kbps or 320 kbps. So if you are not familiar with this, please check this. You can check, say for downloading any audio, it will be asking, some website will be asking, do you want to download 128 kbps or 320 kbps. So this is the sampling rate. This is the sampling rate based on the size of the audio, the quality of the audio, the depth of the audio. The depth of the audio, that means the voice, the music, the instruments used will all come into the picture while calculating the sampling rate. This is about the audio. And the last one is video. Last dynamic component is video. The most effective way of communicating to the user in a better way is video component. Even though it took huge size when compared to others, it is considered as the most effective way to communicate. So it is further divided into analog and digital. So in your book you won't be having any separate heading for digital video. So rather you will be having a heading in the next topic, 5 formats of multimedia. You will be having the digital video formats. So we can have in detail on that topic. So analog video. Analog video is nothing but recording the video in a non-computerized data. That is the main thing. Non-computerized data with help of tape or film, whatever may be. So this is the analog video and digital video. Digital video is opposite, is storing of computerized data with help of computerized data. Even though it is not given in the book, you can make a note on it. Say for example, this video which I am teaching is a digital video. It is not an analog video. So that is the using of computerized data. I am using mobile phone or digital camera or a laptop camera for recording this video. So that is digital video. Analog video is nothing but recording the video with the help of non-computerized data like tape, film that are used in those days. Those days they are used for recording the video. This is all about the components of multimedia. In the next video, we will go with the 5 formats of multimedia. Thank you.